My main man, Blake, my 12-year-old son filming me. We're starting at 10:40 the night before. We are going to dry and marinate our ribs. You get a shot of those, big dog. We're going to dry and marinate our ribs, but before we do that, we got to demembrane the ribs from the back of the rib. So it's this. You can kind of see it there if he's got it in the shot. The white membrane that goes on the back of the ribs. And the way I've always done this is you just kind of take a fork in there, get it, and then kind of peel it back. And then once you get a little start, then if you get the paper towel on it, because it's really slippery, and you pull off, and you just pull straight down and take that membrane right off, and it comes off fairly easy. It's like I said, it's really slippery, but once you get it started, it'll usually come off pretty good. So get the rest, because I only got about half the rib. Not a professional here. So get a little start again. Grab it with the paper towel. Rip it down. And we'll just keep doing that until we get all of that membrane off the back. A little thin piece there. And if you leave that little piece on, it's not the end of the world, but it does, I don't know, if you get a bite of it, it's really it's tough, it's gristly, it's like chewing on a hard piece of meat. It's just not good. Alright, so we got one rib done. So we'll switch it up over here. This one's just got a little thin piece on it. Make sure we get that off as well. Same thing. Stick that fork in there. Get it on the bone. And go underneath there, get a start. I didn't do very good there, did I? Get it started at least, and just get the rest of that membrane right off of there. All right. Just about got the first set. We got 2 racks. We're going to do 4 tomorrow. We're doing a taste test. See which the family likes better, baby back or St. Louis style. So we're going to do them both. So it sounds like we're going to be eating ribs for a couple days. And They turn out pretty good. We use a Weber Smoky Mountain charcoal grill with hickory wood chunks, and I like hickory with the ribs. Yeah, we'll get the rest of these demembraned, and then we'll come back and do the seasoning. All right. So the next step in the rib making process is to dry marinate the ribs. And do this for about 12 hours overnight. I plan on putting these in about noon, so it's almost 11 now. So we'll do these for, pretty close to a little over 12 hours. So first thing I do, this is just simple extra virgin olive oil. And this is all going to cook off. We won't ever taste this on the ribs. It's just to make it to where the seasoning, our rub, is going to stick. So paint that on, just a thin little layer, just to get the dry marinade or the rub to stick on there, so it'll soak up all that good rub. For the rub, I actually made this one. I've never made a rub before. This is kind of an experiment. Just a recipe I found online. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but it smells pretty good. So you just apply it, just get in there, and it needs to be on there. It's thick. Just kind of pat it in and rub it in as you go. So there's a lot of rub on that rib. Same thing with the other one. Make sure it's in there good. Apply liberally. Lots of rub on there. Get all that good flavors, all the good spices and sweets and sugars, and all in the meat. Alright. So we will wrap these in plastic wrap and then refrigerate them overnight until we put them on the smoker tomorrow. It is now Friday, 11:07, and we're getting ready to start the smoker. So I got some charcoal in there with some newspaper underneath of it in our chimney starter. And here is the Weber Smoky Mountain. I'm gonna pour charcoal in here. Then I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna build a hole right in the middle. So just kind of pile up that charcoal on the sides. We're gonna use the minion method where we'll put charcoal, hot charcoal here in the middle, and then it'll burn out to these guys and start them, and then the fire will spread. It's a beautiful rainy day here in southern Indiana, so fighting that. So we're in the garage. I was hoping we'd be on the back porch getting ready to throw some cornhole, but things don't always work out. But we'll still make the ribs, because you know that's what we do. We make ribs in the rain. So now I'm just gonna start my chimney starter. You can't start anything without a lighter. It's kind of a rule of life. So we'll just fire up the chimney starter here. That'll burn up, and then, like I said, we're just gonna put the burnt charcoal right here, put our cylinder on top, and then we will be smoking ribs hopefully by noon. That's the goal time. Done. Is lit, good and lit. We're gonna now take it. We're gonna dump it right in our hole we created. Right in like that. Okay, so we got that all started. We're gonna put our top back on. There we go. Okay, top's on. We gotta get our grates out, and now what we have to do, so we have to fill the bowl up with water so that the temperature stays constant. I also like this smoker a lot because the water also steams up into the meat. And I think that makes it have a good flavor, nice and tender. So we're gonna fill up the bowl, we're gonna put the ribs on. Okay, we're back. So we got our water bowl filled. Want to get a picture of that, little pal? Water bowl filled. I only got one grate in there. We've got too many ribs to do on the top grate, so we're gonna have to put half on the bottom grate, half on the top. There's our ribs, all seasoned, dry marinated from last night. Our smoker's holding right at about 250-ish. So we're gonna go ahead and put these babies on now. So we'll do half on the bottom and then half on the top. And then I'm gonna do the 3-2-1 method with this. 3 hours on the smoke, 2 hours wrapped in foil, 1 hour in just back on the grill. So I open up my thing here. I got these wood chunks. I like hickory, so just throw a wood chunk in there, hickory wood. Shut this. It's gonna get nice and smoky in there. It's gonna smoke our ribs. They should turn out delicious. So we'll let these sit for 3 hours, checking the temperature every hour or so to make sure it's holding. Between 250 and 275 is ideal. It can go as low as 225 and it doesn't worry me. anything below that, and we'll take a little charcoal, put it in our chimney starter, and put it back. Put a few chunks in there to keep the temperature constant. But we'll see you guys in about 3 hours. Okay, we're back. So it's been 3 hours on the smoke. You take a look at our ribs. They're looking pretty good. Got nice bark on them, nice color. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna wrap them in foil. And the way we do this, take a little brown sugar, put it on the bottom. Not a lot, just a little brown sugar. Put it there. We're gonna put our ribs right on top of that. Okay. Next thing, we are going to get some butter. We're going to put it on the bottom. A little bit, couple little pats, little dabs of butter. Then we're just going to set some ribs right on top of there. Bang. Then from there, a little more brown sugar on top. Again, not a lot. Just enough to get that sweet flavor on our ribs. Then a little butter. And then a kiss, if you will, of honey. Bang. We're gonna wrap that dude up. Wrap him up good. Then we're going to chuck him back on the grill for 2 more hours. So the theory is that we take the rib, we smoke it for 3, and we're going to put it in the foil for 2. It's going to steam it. All that butter is going to melt, all that delicious brown sugar and that honey, that sugar, it's all going to melt. So we've got our savory meat, our savory dry rub, and we're gonna get the sweet from our butter, honey, and brown sugar, and they're just delicious. I love these ribs. I should say I'm not a professional here. It's just something I like to do on the weekends. Something I really enjoy doing. Something that's fun. Something that you feed the family. You feed friends. It's something I just love to do. I love smoking ribs and smoking different types of meat, and just it's just a good time for me. So we're gonna get the rest of these, and we'll be back in 2 hours when these get done on the smoker. All right, so I said earlier, if our smoker dips down below 225, we could add more charcoal. So what I do when that happens is I open this up, and I kind of use this as a little chute. So make sure you have a glove on your offhand that you're going to hold this with. And then you just kind of hold it up. And the charcoal bounces off of that chute of this Weber Smoky Mountain. You just kind of bounce it in there. Now, if you get a copy of this, you see it, instantly we're going up. Put about 10 briquettes in there. 10 briquettes. Now we're rolling back up to our desired temperature, somewhere between 225 and 275, somewhere in that range. So, not something that you have to do, but just something that I found pretty helpful. Notice I got the Colts apron on. Rocking the Colts apron. My mother-in-law, Kim Harris, made this. It looks good. It's amazing. I love this apron. You got pockets you can put things in. It's really cool. Colts hat, because the Colts had a great draft this year. Really excited about Jonathan Taylor. Really excited about all the young kids they got coming in. Anyway, so back to barbecue. So we took our ribs from the smoker in the foil. We're going to take them out. Now, these dudes are going to be really, really, really hot, which is okay. So you take them out, and we're just going to slap them back on. Oh, goodness. Look at that. That is beautiful. A thing of beauty. Look at that guy. So we're going to take them out of the foil. We're going to put them back on the smoker. They just got a little taste to that savory and sweet deliciousness from just touching the foil. I'm so excited. Like, these ribs are going to be amazing. Anyway, this one I had to double foil because of a mishap with the first foil. So we're going to take them all out of the foil. We're going to put them back on the grill. And we're going to just let them sit. And we're going to put a little barbecue sauce on there. Just going to paint them up a little bit. Make them real nice. I like to put the juices from the foil in on that. Just to kind of let them sit in the juices they've been sitting in. And just kind of let them hang out and marinate in there for a little bit before they go back on the smoker. So, again, not really gonna drown them in barbecue sauce, and I'll show you guys in a minute. So we're just gonna paint a little sauce on there, make them nice, and oh my gosh, look at that! They just fall right off the bone already. Just trying to pick them up and move them over. They fall off the bone. These ribs are going to be amazing. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. We're going to go back to the smoker. We're going to put them on for 1 more hour just with barbecue sauce on them. Just to get them gummed up and good with barbecue. Back at it. So, what we got? Last stage of the 3-2-1 method. So we're going to put our ribs on here. We are going to take just a little bit of barbecue sauce, and don't get crazy with this. We just take a little bit and just paint it right on there. All this is going to do is get that little barbecue sauce flavor on there. Nothing major. Make it look pretty. I like to paint grid lines on there. Make it look real nice. So we get it on there and just make it look real nice. Just like that. So get a shot of that. Blake, my 12-year-old, my big dog, getting all the shots. And then we take the last grate. We put them on. Put the last bit on there. Bang, bang. And same thing, just painting a little bit of sauce on there. Make it gum up. Make it gum up real nice. Oop, 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 whoa. Drop the cup. There we go. Paint it on there. Make it look official. All right, so we got 1 more hour. Just one more hour of cooking. And the smoker's not gonna be very hot at this point. It's gonna be around 200 degrees, not real high of heat. And we're gonna make sure that, you know, all we're doing is looking to get that sauce gummy. The ribs are done. If you look here, my 12-year-old guy behind the camera already ate one of them nice, juicy, delicious bones. So we're gonna do 1 more hour. We're gonna call it a day. We're gonna take them off. We're gonna cut them up, and they're gonna be delicious. All right. We got our ribs done now. It's been an hour. Look at that beautiful, amazing glaze on those ribs. All right, so we're done with our ribs. We're gonna take them off. Maybe. That is the baby back. That is the St. Louis style. I'm gonna put on my glove. That's why I couldn't take the grate off, or take the ribs off. So these gloves are really good if you guys haven't had. I mean, get you a pair of these silicone gloves. You can just pick everything right up off. I was trying to be fancy because I'm on the camera, but that's it. These ribs, if you look at them, they're gonna have the sweet, they're gonna have the savory, they're gonna have the amazingness of the pork. Very excited about eating these ribs, but that's how we do it. That's how we do the ribs. Not saying it's right or wrong. That's how we do them. I know there are people out there that do better ribs than we do, but however, if you look at that, that's a pretty rib. See the meat pulled away from the bone. Excited about eating these things. Thanks for watching. Hope you tune in next time. Okay, let me show you the last little bit of this video and just how deliciously juicy and tender these ribs are. Now one little bitty bone there, but the rest of the meat, so just tender and delicious and good. Amazing. I couldn't watch that little bit anymore. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this. Come back and we're gonna make some chicken wings.